Hello everyone, and welcome to another Enhanced Edition. Today, finally taking a look at a figure I've been wanting to take a look at for a while and haven't because... I'll explain that in a minute. But it is Dark of the Moon Voyager class Megatron. This is a really cool toy. I am super into this guy. He is great. But yeah, the reason I did not talk about him on the channel proper, even though I've had him for a couple of years at this point, I think, at least a year and a half. The reason I didn't talk about him is because when I ordered him used off of TF Source, which is a good place to get used toys and stuff like that. But when I ordered him, he came customized. Like someone had done some paint work here and there to the figure, and I was not aware of that. I mean, it's fine. I'll go over the specifics in a little bit, but yeah, the figure came already sort of custom painted, and because he's custom painted, I didn't really feel right about doing a proper figure study video on him because it's not going to look like this out of the box. So that's where we're at. But I'm finally taking a look at this guy because now I have a proper series to do that in. So yes, Dark of the Moon Megatron. He is a very Mad Max looking truck, and this is a really cool aesthetic, actually. I think this truck definitely pulls off the look pretty well. It's got this enormous, nasty looking grill thing on the front with like the spikes. It just looks dense and heavy, and then it's got the raggedy thing on the back. It fits the look. The gray and tan color scheme overall kind of works for that too. Now, there are some changes that were made that are not part of the figure proper. I believe these brownish bits are part of the regular figure deco, but I think things like the paint on the fuel canister here, the little gold bits detailing in there, and I think it's hard for me to tell for sure. There's like a little bit of splotch there, which makes me think that the hubcaps are also painted. I think. I don't know for sure because I've never owned this figure not painted. And the smokestacks on the back, I think, are also painted. It's hard to really show, but these bits here have actually been painted. Both the front is like a silver, and then there's like a little bit of yellow in there for the headlights. And then underneath there's also a little bit of paint, I think. Like I said, I never owned this without paint, so I don't know for sure, but I think that's what was painted on this. So it's a few small details, but they do add up. They do look good. And I really like this. I mean, I like this. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to get this toy in the first place. It was just this really rugged Mad Max looking thing, and I liked the canvas cover that they had going on there. I do think it'd be nice if the belts and buckles that are going in here, because it's some nice detail, I think it'd be nice if those were painted, but it's a really soft plastic, so I don't think that would work out too well if anyone tried to do that. It probably would end up rubbing itself off pretty quickly. It's a cool looking fuel tanker that could do with a few more painted details. At some point I might do myself in the future, like maybe do the taillights and stuff like that, but the little details that are painted in this truck mode definitely do look good. Really, the big thing for me is just this distractingly gray bit right in there. But yeah, it's this cool, almost post-apocalyptic looking tractor trailer, which I think looks great. And assuming the bits that I think are painted are actually painted, I think that does a good job as well. Now, the robot mode is where all of the additional paint really shows. This is obviously where all the attention went for whoever did the customizing on this guy. I don't know the origins of this. Like I said, I just got it off of TF Source and didn't mention anything about the original seller. As I said already, I don't know what this looks like without the paint that well because I never owned it without the paint, but there is a lot on here that is painted. Starting from the legs, there's these bits here that are painted silver with a little bit of gold. A little silver on the knees, and this detail on the inside painted gold, which looks great. Some gold for the pipes, silver on the thighs. I think this was also painted, but I'm not entirely sure. And then the crotch and the entire midsection, like even the back, it's hard to tell, but even the back of this, like this is originally this like tan, dark tan plastic. You can kind of see it up there too. That was all painted silver. The front grille, I think this was painted silver. I'm pretty sure the lights were painted. And then for the arms, got some painted details in the shoulders and the biceps as well. I don't know about the hands. The paint really does add a lot to this. I'm actually really, really thrilled with how this looks, and I think it would have been cool even if I didn't get one that was painted, but I actually am really into the aesthetic that you get with that added paint. I love how the canvas for the back of the truck ends up becoming like a cloak that covers one shoulder and is also designed in such a way that it covers up one eye and sort of hides that disfigurement that he has. Plus, I just think cloaks are cool like that. He's got an interesting kind of spindly posture. I really like these hands. These like clawed, grippy hands. And his head's a little tiny, but still cool. And I think the head was painted. I don't know. That little bit on the top, definitely. Again, not sure how much has changed here, but it's a cool look, and I like how he's got that like battle damaged side that's covered up by the cloak. The paint scheme on this guy definitely helps. I think overall he's mostly like a tan and light gray. But just those little bits of color, and the silver, of course, there's a lot of silver that's been added here. That all very much helps. I kind of wish that more of this gold was kind of up here. Like you get a little bit in the headlights, but I kind of wish there was a little more maybe in the shoulders or the biceps or even the forearms, because you've got some nice bits that pop out on the bottom here and like nothing really up here that stands out in the same color. But yeah, whoever had this before me, great job with the paint. It's really nice. It's a little scuffed here and there, I think mostly due to age and, you know, being played with, transform, that kind of thing. But like, given the fact that he's designed to look like a beat-up truck and a beat-up robot, I think it actually works, having the paint kind of scuffed here and there. And some of this may actually have been intentional too. I don't really know, because I'm not the one who did the paint work on it, but this is a very cool bot. I'm glad I was finally able to get my hands on him. And I'm glad that I was able to get my hands on one that's got a bit more color going on, because I do feel like it would be a little bit too much gray and tan if that silver wasn't going on in the lower legs and thighs and midsection there. And the cloak definitely helps to hide the tiny head. At some point in the future, I may go in and do a little bit more to this guy, like maybe add some detail to the fusion cannon or whatever the arm cannon really is supposed to be, maybe add a little bit more up top here. I don't know. But that is going to do it. There's really not much else for me to say about this because I'm not the one who customized it, so I don't really know everything that went into it, but it definitely looks good. But anyway, that's going to do it for Dark of the Moon Megatron. Thank you everybody for watching, and I will be back with more customized and or stickered stuff very soon.